Hey guys, what's going on? This is RJ Game News USA here. And what I just seen tonight was pretty shocking. John Cena turned heel. I know, we've been waiting like 20 years for this, right? Well, needless to say, I was very happy with it. The ending was absolutely phenomenal. The pay-per-view overall was an 8 out of 10, and we're going to get into it. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. So I'm going to start with the main event, and then we'll talk about the other matches. So in the main event, we had the 6-man men's elimination chamber. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, and Logan Paul were eliminated early on. And then it came down to Seth Rollins versus John Cena versus CM Punk. After Seth Rollins was eliminated, CM Punk was outside the ring. Seth Rollins gave him the curb stomp. 1, 2, 3. John Cena wins the match to set up the main event at WrestleMania versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. And out comes The Rock. The Rock asks Cody, "You gonna sell your soul to me? Give me a hug." Cody tells him to go fuck himself, which is pretty crazy because this is pay-per-view. This is WWE event. They don't usually drop the F-bomb, but they did for this. And then John Cena turned heel on him. Beat the shit out of him. And I loved it. I loved the ending. I loved everything about it. And I think we'll go over the other matches, and I'll tell you how I would have booked things differently in the past and how I would book things now going forward with what we've gotten already. So right off the bat, we had the women's elimination chamber match. Now, whenever they have these special event pay-per-views, whether it's Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, or Elimination Chamber, I like when they put the women on first to start off the match, start off the night, and the men's on last, so you're not getting like back-to-back ladder matches or back-to-back chamber matches, and put everything else in the middle. So I like that part about the show. And the women's chamber match was really good. But I didn't really care that Bianca Belair won. I think there were more deserving people. I think if Jade Cargill had been built up properly from the beginning, she could have been in there and won. Which she went out there tonight and screwed people over. I think Alexa Bliss would have been a popular choice. I think Liv Morgan would have been a decent choice to continue that feud with Rhea, assuming Rhea is going to beat Io. Which I have an issue that Io and Rhea match got moved to Monday. It should have been on tonight's show. But Bianca versus Rhea, it's good for a poster. I think Bianca's way overrated. It's not the worst match in the world, but it's not what I would have preferred. And that leads us to the second match, which was another women's match. Found it very odd, very confusing to have back-to-back female matches. And so I didn't really particularly get behind this match very much. I don't like the idea of Tiffany Stratton being a face. She should always be a heel, no matter what. This is just to get Trish Stratus on the show for the Canadian crowd, which the Canadian crowd wasn't very good anyway tonight. Let's be honest. They're very quiet. And Trish and Tiffany won, beating Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Would have preferred to see that Io or Rhea match, or if you're gonna throw Trish Stratus on the card, have Trish get beaten badly by Tiffany Stratton as a heel to have the crowd boo her more. Set up heel heat for her Mania match. Yeah, it didn't quite work with me. So I was not really high in this early part of the card. You know what I mean? We're coasting along at like a 6 out of 10, right? Then we get the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn unsanctioned match. It was great. Physical, awesome. Loved all the spots. Barbed wire, steel chair, tables. I had a big problem with the fact that where's the blood? We needed like crimson masks out there. And we need to add some color to this match. You know what I mean? Get some blood in their beards. Pouring down their head. A lack of blood in this match was a big mistake. It was a big mistake. Should have been lots of blood in this match. But other than that, it was a really good match. I think Kevin Owens went for too many pins. I think he should have wanted to continue the suffering of Sami Zayn more and not even really pin him, wait for like a referee stoppage or pin him when he's completely done. So I wasn't in love with that. Because then after he pins him, he tries to inflict more damage on him after he was already halfway up the ramp. Good news though, Randy Orton returned. He wanted to punt Kevin Owens, which would have been awesome. That got stopped. So we got teased and cucked again right there. It's looking like Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens at Mania. It's fine. It's a match. It works. Maybe there was another match in the card. I can't remember. But then we get to the men's main event. Already went over that. I think that, to put it bluntly, it's one of the greatest endings I've ever seen to a pay-per-view. Like, if you're just looking at it from the micro. If you're looking at it from the macro, it's really good to have the storyline going on and a heel John Cena. But there's one little caveat here that does bug me. When John Cena wins the 17th championship, if he does, that moment's a little diminished now. Because he's doing it as a heel and not a face. He won't have the tear in his eye, he won't have the big celebration, or if he does, it'd be awkward for a heel. So that's the only problem. That's the only little nook in the cranny there. Of course, if Cody wins the belt, I also don't get it. Because he's already done everything he needs to do as far as being champion. It's time to pass it on. And Cena could do so much with the belt. He could face CM Punk. He could face Randy Orton. Eventually, Cody could get his win back. Now, if I were to book this up to this point, there's several changes I'd make. It all goes back to Jey Uso. Jey Uso shouldn't have won the Rumble. Cena could have stayed face. Cena could have won the Rumble. Cena could have fought Gunther. Cena could have beat Gunther. Similar to how Sami Zayn beat Gunther previous year's Mania. Make it a monumental moment. Then, one of two things could have happened. If the chamber match still went on as it's supposed to, CM Punk should have been the heel. Okay? Then you could have had Punk versus Rhodes at Mania. Would have spit in the eye of AEW, them being former AEW stars, it being in Vegas, the same location at Double or Nothing 2019, where AEW kicked off. It would be kind of a jab to them. That, and people do want to see CM Punk in the main event of WrestleMania. I'm not crazy. People want CM Punk. And also, a heel CM Punk is a really good CM Punk. Face CM Punk's good, but heel CM Punk is S-tier awesome. Just like Tiffany Stratton should be a heel, CM Punk should be a heel. It's his natural fit. It really is. Would have been a great chat between him and Cody and The Rock and Cody. It would have been interesting back and forth. Cody probably had to bring somebody in for his corner. I'm not sure who, but he'd bring in somebody and that would make it interesting. But no, that's fine. What we got was fine. I'm just saying how I would have made it differently. How I would have made it better. But booking it going forward, Clearly, like I said, Cena should win. He should face Punk and Orton and a bunch of other people over the rest of the year until he loses to a deserving babyface champion or Cody Rhodes returns to get his belt. So very simple with that. I hope that the storylines are good in the lead up to WrestleMania. That would be awesome. Overall, I give this pay-per-view an 8 out of 10. I think that most of it was a 6 out of 10. But the main event, was really good. And the closing segment was all-time memorable. So, and that's what you're going to remember, is the last match and the closing segment. So overall, it's an 8 out of 10. But that ending is like a 10. So, with that being said, guys, that's what I thought about the Elimination Chamber. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you hadn't already. RJ signing out. Have a good one.